just a dream I created in my mind? Or is it waiting somewhere for me to find? If it already came, can I hit rewind? I've been searching but I'm blind. If love walked in the room today, would you know it came your way? If he called your name, what would you say? Would you come to it or walk away? Love's just a feeling that fades away. Is it worth finding when it won't stay? If it takes all the color and leaves me gray, why do I need it? What does my heart say? If love walked in the room today, would you know it came your way? If it called your name, what would you say? Would you come to it or walk away? I think I found love, but I'm not sure. Can my heart trust that his love is pure? All I know is when he's near I feel secure. I've fallen so hard and there's no cure. No perfect bodies or perfect loves, no fairy tales, Hollywood or romance books. I think love walked in the room today. I think it finally came my way. I know I couldn't walk away. I finally know what I would say. If this is love, I hope you'll stay. If this is love, I need you to stay. Please don't ever walk away. Please don't ever walk away.
I didn't want you to walk away, but I won't force you to stay. I never want you to regret the day we met, and so I won't betray the trust we built, so I'll just say, no matter where you are, no matter where you hide, no matter what you've done, my love for you will still abide. You remain my only one. I'll keep a place for you by my side. Whenever you need me, I'll be around. No matter how far, wherever you're found, my love will be waiting, safe and sound. You've nothing to fear, I won't keep you bound. My love's a strong foundation, built on solid ground. No matter where you are, no matter where you hide, no matter what you've done, my love for you will still abide. You remain my only one. I'll keep a place for you by my side. I want you to be happy, even if it isn't with me. I want you to be happy, so I'll set you free. I want you to be happy. One day I hope you'll see, real love needs no lock and key. I want you to be happy. It isn't love if you are free. No matter where you are, no matter where you hide, no matter what you've done, my love for you will still abide. You remain I won't force you to stay. I'd rather you be happy. I'd rather you be free, even if it's without me. Needs no lock and key. I want you to be happy. It isn't love if you aren't free. I'd rather you be free, even if it's without me.
It's your friend, don't make it blend. Take the first step, show them why you're friend. You've got a vision great, you've got a mission first rate. It's time to communicate, it's time to relate. It's your friend, don't make it blend. Take the first step, show them why you're friend. Your friend isn't a logo or a color scheme, no, no. It's not a slogan, you know, a trademark or copyright, oh, oh, oh. It's your friend, don't make it blend. Take the first step, show them why you're friend. Your friend is everything people say.
Get myself potted up. Let's go. We're going to be doing tonight. We're going to take a break from Blender for a little bit because I did not get a chance to do all the work that I'd like to do to learn it. And instead, shop and mute that because I don't need to hear myself talking. You might, but I don't. Let's see. Make sure that Photoshop is popping up. It is not currently doing that, so let me get that done. Bummer when it doesn't work the way you want it to. There we go. Ha ha! We knew we could handle this. We're gonna do a 16 by 9 inch canvas tonight, which is pretty big actually, but we have a purpose for this. Boop. We're gonna zoom out just a little bit so we can see it all on the screen. Welcome to Photoshop. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it or not. I know Ubi is, but this is not a how-to tutorial, so I'm not going to be teaching you everything you need to know to do it. This is more of an interactive art stream where you guys get to have input on what I draw, how I draw it. Now, today we are dropping into something a little unusual. I am basically playing around with techniques I've been learning on landscape, specifically cityscapes, which are a lot more challenging for me. I don't usually do them. I love landscapes, not as familiar with cityscapes, but I've been playing around with some techniques because I'm trying to help a friend with a book cover. We did the original in AI, but I'm taking a break from AI for the most part for right now. So I have done a few things in it, I will admit. Ooh, blue is our primary color. Good job. Nice selection. I love blue. Happens to be my favoriteest color of all time. All right. And so we're going to get actually started. I'm going to drop into the dark blues because we're going to be creating a nighttime scene for our little blue landscape. Hey! All right. Now I'm going to use a really big brush for bold strokes for our background so that it covers a lot of ground without a lot of effort. Yes, blue is my favorite too, Brian. Now I'm going to switch over here and we're going to drop it down a little bit in the color wheel. Oh, you know what? We need more of an airbrush for this one. This is too much. I want it to be soft because in nature there are no really hard lines. And if you want your artwork to look more natural feeling, soft lines give it a more natural feel. Just, an FYI kind of thing. Like I said, it's not truly a tutorial, but we are basically creating the background for it. Now, a lot of this background will eventually be covered over with the cityscape that we're going to create. And the reason it's lighter toward the ground is this is where the urban pollution, light pollution takes place. So your sky background goes from that dark blue to a lighter color because of all the light that we have at a nighttime cityscape in the city. So that's my logical reason for the choices I've made in terms of the coloration. May make this a little softer still. That's better. Yeah. Oh, you know what really helps is if you pick the right color when you're doing all this. And then we'll come back and we'll add a layer and we'll put some clouds in there too. Hey, Timmy, good to see you, my man. How are you doing? Still going through treatments, or are you closed up on those, or how's things going? Yeah, this is looking better. All right, now that we've got a happy enough background, let's add some cray clouds. We're going to label these things too, because well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing because, it reminds me of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. All right. Now, when you're working in a digital art program, you always want to label your layers and to the greatest degree possible, put as much stuff on its own layer as you possibly can. It'll get a little crazy eventually, but it does make it easier for you to pick the right layer and not mess up with something. Hey, Rob, good to see you. How are things in the Mini Guitar Society land? What I'm doing here is adding some clouds, and we're going to play around with that a little bit. They won't be all over. Eventually, you'll see where I'm going with this. But if I use the entire canvas first, then what happens is that I can shrink it down. My computer is complaining about storage space. So we'll go dark to light first. Kind of like when I build rocks in a scene. I really need a new hard drive, but that's going to have to wait. Finances will not permit that at this exact present moment. Unless somebody has a free, very large hard drive they would like to donate to the cause. which would be awesome, but not expected. We're not planning these, we're just sort of letting them take their form and shape. There, that's enough cloudiness. Now, here's what we're going to do with those clouds. Have enough things scheduled to take a much needed break? Yes. Yes, indeed. Breaks are an important part of the creative process, in case nobody told you that. It's much easier to be creative if you give your brain its proper breaks. Okay, so we're going to do a little transform here. And we're going to transform. We're going to distort, which allows us to pull the corners over like that. Maybe like that. So it's not quite so symmetrical, because if you'll notice, your clouds in the sky really aren't. Go. And we're also going to do some dipping of the opacity to about 75% so they aren't so prominent and dominant. They're more, you know, smog is the word I was looking for. Yes. Let's see, we're also going to do some warping. Warping just allows us to change the thing from a square to something a little more organic looking. Like how the atmosphere might actually move. You can imagine that being wind pushing it. There. That's got nice atmosphere. You're looking forward to binging some searching for tone content? Yeah, absolutely. You know, you guys really, I doubt you understand this, but you are the highlight of our week. We love hanging out with you guys. I'm going to give this a little bitty moon, but it's not going to be a very prominent moon because it is an urban environment and really light pollution is a thing. I'm going to give it a tiny bitty moon right over here. I'm probably going to make that a crescent moon, so I'm going to erase part of it. There we go. That's better. You can see it, but it's not, and I'm also going to reduce its opacity to just probably 80%. It kind of has, and give it a glow, an outer glow, which comes into blending options. Outer glow. No, I don't want it that big. Reduce the spread. Reduce the size. Kind of do a 1. Which also is highlighting currently softer. Much softer. Yeah. Got up just a little bit. Okay, that's nice. Opacity is that in New York? Well, it can be. They're very opaque over there, so I hear. All right, now we're ready to put in the cityscape. Ooh, gracious. What the heck was that? Okay, I'm going to do something really smart right now. And I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to actually save this file for the moment in case something happens. You guys are awesome. Okay, so we got our moon, we've got our clouds. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to add a new layer. And we're actually going to start dropping in our cityscape. And what we're going to do is pick black to start with. I'm going to let you, what is the most, what is the shape of the most dominant? You'll pick a shape and whatever it is, let's see, one more. Maybe star. That's what I was thinking. So we'll start using our shift key is the best way to kind of triangle. Some square, some triangle. Okay. Got 3 votes. All right. Oh, on an iPad, so responding is terrible. Yeah, I can get that. Okay, so we'll just start blocking it in, and I'll show you how this works. I'm going to hold down the shift key so that when I draw a line, it is going to be a very thick and very straight line. I'm going to bump this up to about 200 pixels so it's thick, and then shift straight down. And this may not look like much at first, but you'll see it start to come together. Oop. I have to be careful about that. These are the buildings that are going to be in the far distance. So they're not going to be prominent features, but they kind of create the skyline for the cityscape. And then I'm going to drop it down to 125 and put some skinnier buildings in here. I gotta stop doing that. Now, you wanted the most dominant building to have a triangle top, and the second most dominant building to have a square. So that's cool. So we're going to give this the obelisk look. That is our dominant building. I'm going to keep on filling in this until I've got very little distance between the buildings and it's just kind of one big blocked cityscape. Because in a crowded city like, say, a New York, you don't have much room between buildings. That was half. This is going to be half again. Like downtown Dallas, man, it's just mostly buildings upon buildings. Well, like I said, I am using a technique that I spent a little time learning over this week so that I could bring it to you guys and show off this strategy because it's pretty cool, actually. I hate it when I do that. Keep forgetting. Touch first, then drag. All right. And we can add some other shapes in here. But that is our square building. This one's going to be round. Yeah. Well, that's the problem with real buildings. It's very difficult to build them. Okay, so that gives us some fuzzy stuff to work with that are building-ish like. And we're not going to mess too much with that layer. That is the background. We'll come back in and add some details to it later, but for right now, I'm going to put in the midground. And we're going to go with a slightly lighter color for this midground. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're kind of going to add those shapes in. Basically, you keep adding buildings and growing detail. And this one might be a little less fuzzy, a little sharper, which I should do. Yeah, do this. No, I don't want you to do that. Go away. Ugh. Actually, I am going to use that feature. It does nice lines like that if you will hold down your shift key and click to a like a catty corner area. And what we can use that for is like a bridge. Get out of my way, you thing. Ugh. If I want you, I will call upon you. Yep. We're just playing with the shapes. Yes, Ubi has a show tonight. Always on Monday, 8 to 10. I'm just warming you guys up. Giving y'all a good time before he gets the real show going. Or at least hopefully a good time. Ha ha ha. And we do want to give the tops of these buildings some shapes of their own. So that they are distinct from what's in the background. Ah. Maybe we'll come in here and give somebody kind of a catty-cornered edge. Like there's this one building in Dallas that definitely has that. These don't all have to be the same height. They don't have to be the same width. In fact, it's better if they're not. What time is it? It's time for lunch. Well, no. Sadly, it's not time for lunch. It's always time for lunch for me.
We're going hair down tonight.
Oh no! We're gonna be hair down, Ubi. Whatever will they do? I don't think they'll know how to handle it. And that just blocks in that middle ground. We'll put some erasers to work for us so that we differentiate between these various buildings, but ah. Here we go. Getting closer. And we will add a foreground, which will be even lighter. It helps if you move back into drawing mode. Yes, it does. Now, right now, this just looks like a great big piece of blobs of everything, which is fine because we'll be putting in the details coming soon. But we just want to block out where everything is right now and get a feel for it. May want to move that up a little bit. That little thing is starting to really annoy me. Practicing art techniques is a really good way to improve your art skills, especially if it's in an area where you don't normally dabble. So you're stretching yourself a little bit to really pull up your skills and dabbling in things you don't normally try. It'll stretch you, it'll help you grow. If you don't think of yourself as an artist, it's okay. You don't have to think of yourself as an artist to try art. I encourage you. Do something that you don't normally do. Not only will it help you become better at whatever it is you do normally do, because every skill learned is transferable, it can inspire you in other ways. It can give you some new creative ideas because it'll tap into different parts of your brain that you don't normally use. And yes, you'll have to embrace the suck of not being very good at whatever it is you're trying, but that is okay. The suck is the seeds of your greatness. Ugh. I wish I could turn off that snapping to it. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure I haven't found that way yet, but I'm sure there is a way. Okay, now we're going to do the fun part, which is the erase the stuff we don't really want in there and give some more shape and form to these. These are meant to be like little row apartments, you know, the kind that high-rise apartments. Just fill cities. And now we're about to see the magic. We got the foreground in there. We're going to start putting in windows and things like that. All right. Go back to our darker blue way up here. And a much thinner pen stroke. These are like windows, so this will be where the little segments come in. Here we go. Stop doing that. There we go. Now I'm going to add some yellow. I promise you this gets better. All right. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save at this point so that we have this stage 2 where we've got the buildings blocked out. We just need to fill them in. Actually, I guess I should do that. Hey, yeah, I have an idea. Ladies and jelly beans, I have an idea. Get scared. I usually am when I have ideas. It's terrifying. Alright. Ah. Okay. This is where duplication is key, because when you cut things out like that and put it on its own layer, you can then manipulate it as an individual thing, which is really helpful when you want to go back and make changes to something without screwing up the entire design. Something you can't do with regular artwork, but you can do when you're using digital. These are going to be our little colored windows where maybe the lights are on. Hopefully somebody's home. And now we're going to go in and we're going to pick that blue, darker blue. And we're going to fill in the dark spots. Doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not. Because it gives it a more organic feel. Because it is organic. Miraculous. Don't want to be too sloppy though. Okay. Now that we've got that done, Control Z, we can duplicate this. And this process goes much, much faster. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, good. It's almost like cheating. It looks like a lot like the arcade game Rampage. Huh. Maybe. It's probably a similar technique to what they used. I'm borrowing strategies that I was learning from somebody who used to work at Disney. So. And one of the nice things about Photoshop is to make it look a little more variable so that it doesn't look like I just literally copied and pasted everything. I'm going to flip that upside down. This one we're going to flip to the side. And horizontally. It adds a little more variety. Stretch that out a little more. Fill it up. And we'll duplicate this again. Control T is which transform tool is, and it allows you to basically shrink things down or make them taller. pretty much what we're just doing right now is we're going to go through and we're going to fill these little buildings with the lights and things. And then we're going to work on the back, and we'll add little details that'll make it feel more lifelike. Like we'll add the antennas and things like that, blocks on top that might be seen. Give each of these buildings its own little character so it doesn't feel quite so cookie cutter. So right now it does. And of course, a lot of big cities are very cookie cutter in a lot of their buildings. So that's not entirely without purpose, but we don't want it to pull away from the immersion that somebody might have when they're looking at the scene. Okay, we need to label these so I know where I'm at. I actually want to make sure that I've got these lined up with the correct building. Two, three, four, five, six. Two, three, four, five. This one before that one. Okay. It's building 6. And that means 5. Yeah, we're missing 4. Okay. That's nice. I'll turn her upside down. There we go. Okay. We're actually going to duplicate this one twice, and it's going to have more windows than the others because it's a thicker building. Merge those 2 layers together. And now Control T. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no worries, Malachi. Good to see you too. We're just playing around with cityscapes tonight. That's all. Nothing really big going on here. Just playing around with some techniques that I learned from before at the start of last week, so, or since last week, I should say. Hey, Sparky, good to see you. How you been? Yeah, you guys, awesome. We are kind of close to finishing putting the lights in, installing the lights in this little scene. So then we're going to work on the more of the shaping of this layer. This is the foreground. And then we're going to put in, eventually, oh, gosh, it's already 7:36. Oh my goodness. I haven't even been paying attention. Which is not good, because I do need to pay attention to time. Because we got Ube's stream, and I definitely don't want you guys missing that, because he is so awesome. So fabulous, so wonderful, and no, I'm not just saying that because he's my awesome and wonderful husband. I am saying that because he is a genuinely talented man that you do not want to miss. And an awesome human being in general. Oops. Oh, well, thank you, Brian. Yeah, I imagine, Sparky. I imagine you have installed more than a few lights. I imagine you've also gone out to repair more than a few lights, which, you know, that's always the fun part. The question is, all right, we got a couple more buildings to make look building-y. Gonna duplicate the layers. Drag that over here. And drop it down. And now this last one. We shall borrow 2 different kinds because it's got kind of a different shape to it. Oop. Nope, not that one. There's the copy. That's okay. I kind of like that, actually. All right. Hey, Jeremy. Beers are good. It's an acquired taste, I will admit. I didn't used to like them very much at all. But I have learned to appreciate them over time. I'm going to go back into the foreground. I'm going to add some character to these buildings. Put some little things in there that'll make them look more building, more unique and less kind of the samey. Oop. Oh no. Oh dear. That may be my computer having issues. That would not be cool. All right. Let's see what. Did I somehow turn it off? Oh man. All right, we're gonna save this. And hopefully when we come back in, it's not gonna be borked. But there's no guarantee of that. Yeah. Oh my. Save that one. The moment we're going to bring this back up and see if maybe it decides to fix itself. Ha! Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. There's nothing worse than having done work and then having it so mess up that you can't get it back. I mean, I'm an artist, so I can always draw and fix it, but I'd rather not have to. Just to be perfectly honest with you. I want to give something unusual. Paint guitars and stuff like that, yeah. I can understand, you know. I mean, I really had a lot of fun painting the Grove. I will admit that. It were an experience worth having. And I'm hopeful that the tool that we ordered will come in soon so Ubi can finish working on the Grove. Because I'd really like to put that in the hands of somebody who wants to start guitar but hasn't got the money to do it. And maybe just needs the right support. Because I tell you what, you guys in the guitar community have been so incredibly generous with us. So incredibly giving. And we just want to be able to give back. To the best of our ability. When I was younger, gratitude, I will admit, was not something I was very good at. I really struggled in that area of life, but I have since learned how important it is to just be grateful for the things you receive in life. How much it damages relationships when gratitude is not practiced. You drew a portrait of Dimebag? That's cool. I have no idea. Oh, we are over time, guys. I am glad I was able to recover the cityscape. We will continue working on it next week. Hopefully I will bring some more excitement to it. And we'll actually hopefully begin adding the balcony and some of the character to it, so we get this more of a fleshed out. But thank you guys for being with me. I appreciate it. If you have something that you are working on that you would like other people to enjoy with you, let me give you all, let's see, wrenches, and you guys can add those to the chat so that we know what you've got going on and we can support you in it. I am the world's worst usually about remembering to do this part of the stream. Ubi is the best ever. And I know, Brian, you usually have your Wednesday stream. Jeremy, Fridays, mornings, and Sundays. Sparky, let's see. And I don't know if you're still with us or not, but let's see. Make Rob a moderator. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. Shame on me. Let's see. And where is our new friend? Lori. So if you do have something on your channel that you want other people to know about, let me go ahead and give you a shout out. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to promote Ubi's stream, which is coming up in just a few seconds. Not a few seconds, but It is coming up here shortly at 8 o'clock. So there you go. That is his channel. Well, you don't have to worry about any responsibilities. You have the mod, more so that if you have something you want to promote, Linda, or someone you want to promote, that you're more than capable of doing it. You can pop a link in the chat and it will let you. Yeah. And thank you guys for being here with me today. Easy for me to say. I very much appreciate having you here. You have no idea what it means to me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Look forward to seeing you in Ubi's stream.